Hey guys, welcome back. This is Sonny Smith, aka Seagull Cyclist. I haven't made a video in a while, but here's the top three dudes or four guys, and then some guy named Sonny. But Benoit Dufoy, Connor Wilson, Anthony Castan, and Maxima Torquette. And if I mispronounce those, please forgive me because I have no background in French whatsoever. These guys are from Canada, and we've been battling for, I think this is the fifth week. And so it's been a blast. Like RGT is, if you haven't tried it, I recommend it. It, as you probably heard, it offers a little bit more realism in the, e-racing platform. So as the layout, the graphics and so forth, pretty realistic compared to Zwift. I've been on Zwift for, I think this is my second year, and enjoy that platform too. It's just RGT has a little bit more. I think the drafting algorithm offers a little bit more reality, where you feel more of the draft, and you could see how many watts you're saving up in the top left-hand corner. So, and the cornering aspect too. It's a little tricky to kind of figure out, but as you'll see on this corner, your avatar is going to slow down and not pedal, right? So I believe, and I'm not sure on this particular one, there are some where I do kind of keep my momentum and I just coast, so you don't see the pedaling. But even when you're pedaling, your avatar is going to not pedal. And so it might only last for 2 or 3 pedal strokes, but it's a big difference compared to Zwift, where you fly around every single corner, and you don't even slow down. Like you're going 24 miles an hour, 30 miles an hour, and you come into a corner and you just maintain that speed. So you have to put in some watts out of each corner, so it does represent kind of in real life racing. And so I started recording with 15 miles to go, thereabouts. And the wait till you see, I think it's like mile 7.5, where things start to really increase and pick up the pace. So we're in a bunch right now. I think there is one off the front, and that's Maxima. And if I can call him Max, maybe that'll be better, because I'm not sure if you say Maxima. But Max is off the front, and you can see the wattage too, right? So you can monitor. These guys are super strong. I mean, Max is holding 4.6 right now. You don't even see him, but and then Levaska, I don't know how to say that either. But he, of course, look at the watts these guys are putting out, right? My wattage is nowhere near these guys when it comes to the overall watts per kilogram. I think I held 3.3 for this race, and those guys are in the 4s. So literally, it's almost like I'm a tailback trying to stay behind the front line, the offensive line. And you can see here, they're in their, it's the rally kit. RGT allows some team kits, but I guess they just chose the rally kit. And their team is HSB, and I don't know what that stands for, but they could probably tell me in the comments. And again, I'm not sure if they're on Twitch or if they're on any other platform to communicate, where they got strategy, right? And they're attacking and counterattacking, and I'm just trying to hang in there as much as I can and allow some of those attacks to happen. And last week they crushed me. I think I got dropped with like 8 miles to go. And so, here I am. I'm kind of, again, I'm pretty much not on my limit the whole time, but I'm pushing I think my overall intensity score was like 97. So I am pretty much maxed out. I held 301 for an hour or for whatever. I think it's like 53 minutes for this race. And so that's pretty good. My FTP is up to 323. So, but in race mode, yeah, I'm not going to hold my complete FTP. So I try and I really am trying to dose out my wattage, my efforts here. And again, this is, I'm not sure the distance per lap. It is about, I don't know, a kilometer or so. But so you'll see it, the lap times come up. It's about one of the fastest laps we had was, I think, under 130, where again at mile 7.5 you'll see the catch attempt for the breakaway. And yeah, anytime I see Connor, he's got some serious, like, I don't know how much he weighs or whatever, but he just seems to like glide up these climbs, right? So here comes, we're heading into the start finish, and each lap we come up here and it reaches a 4.8 maximum elevation. And so yeah, you gotta pedal into these climbs, right, to carry up the momentum so you're not like completely crushed the whole time. And yeah, so it's nice that these guys are in the orange kits, so you can kind of monitor, who's moving where, and you just got to be super present watching everything unfold, because like I'm not sure if it's this downhill or not. But yeah, again, around 7.5 all the way in. Sometimes the group will get away, and it's like, holy crap, you got to pedal and you got to suffer to kind of catch back on. And then, yeah, again, once I catch back on, I don't want to be out in the wind, right? Even though there isn't any wind, and that would be kind of cool, I think, with RGT, is, again, like crosswinds, or I don't think there's wind. Yeah. So for them for it to, other than being out in front, that's apparent that you have to put out more wattage when you're out front. But to have like actual wind added into the algorithm, like crosswinds and everything, that would be very cool. And then even to have somehow rain, right, throw in some elements or something, that would be next level. So to make it as real as possible, right? So here comes the lap time, right? So 132-ish, almost 133. And then that's going to drop down as we try and catch the break. So let's see, I didn't catch it. There might be two off the front now, where Max and Leviske is off the front. So, and then Ryder in 10th place there, I think he got lapped and then hopped on, which again is cool because he's not in a team, as long as he's not helping out a particular teammate. At least I don't think so. So he's just in there, I guess, trying to maintain his 10th place position, which is fine. No harm, no foul, right? Because, this is just virtual racing. And yeah, so there's two off the front. And again, here comes that, around that bend, I think it was like, 4% or something, or 3%. And then you really can't let off the gas, so you want to keep going. And every time I see Connor in the different color kit, I think that's like the purple and red, I'm kind of watching him. And when you see the avatars stand up, right, you kind of know that they're really digging into some power. You'll see the red wattage numbers start to pop up. and you're really not like watching that the whole time, because you can't. But afterwards, like, this was pretty good to be able to really, kind of analyze the effort and wattages. So yeah, it's good to see the replay. And again, give everybody kind of a perspective of, if you want to compare RGT to Zwift, this gives you a great angle to see all the trees and the grass, the road, and then to see how the wattage is up here in the left-hand corner where it's green. It's telling you how many watts you're saving. So, and it's obviously huge when you're battling 4 and 5 guys. Look at all the SHBs after their name, right? So even, I don't know if it's pronounced Monet or Moni, and then there's AD something there, L, I'm not sure. But yeah, there's, they started off, I think, with 4 guys, and then, or 5, and now they have like 6 and 7. I posted on Stage's team website on Facebook that I'm on, and to see if we could try and get some other guys and gals together to have some fun and compete against these guys, right? So if they're attacking and counter-attacking, shoot, we need to, the best defense is a good offense, right? So I am not about to like throw down the hammer and try and stay away. My fitness just isn't there, right? So I'm just trying to hang in and push my limits. And these dudes, they're doing the same thing, just at a different, another notch or two above me. So yeah, the way it works is, if I had a couple other teammates, it allows, if a teammate of mine goes off the front, is in a break, then it's not my responsibility to chase, right? So somebody else has to do the work. And then same thing with them. It's just kind of unfortunate. And it's not so evident in this race as much. Like, yeah, they've got the break right now. And I don't know if Connor is actually, I don't know if he is a SHB, but yeah, they have no, as far as the other guys in the, let's call it the peloton here, they don't have any responsibility in chasing down their own guys, right? So it was really evident in the last 2 races, and kind of unfortunately, I didn't record it, but I'll try and do more. They really were. They were attacking, the group would catch, and then they would counter, right? Another guy goes off the front, and they really, they worked it to a T. They dropped my tail, and I think it was mile, I don't know, 2 races ago, it was like mile 10. And I was like, they worked it perfectly. I think it was like all 5 of them got off the front. And again, I fell asleep at the wheel and didn't notice. It was like a small incline, and whatever, I was drinking a bottle and just didn't focus, and they got away, and I tried to catch, and I was putting out 500 for probably 15 seconds or 20 seconds, and I'm like, I just was like, this isn't going to happen. I can't catch them. So, and they were, it gets so close, but yet so far. And so I cashed it in and just rode in and tried to maintain my position. But yeah, you really do have to pay attention the whole time. And of course, you're pedaling, except for these downhills, pretty much the entire time. Even again, like I said earlier, this is, if I start paying attention to the race a little bit more, I'll be able to point out where, and we're not to the 7.5 mile mark yet, but you'll see where a gap is created. They get away a little bit, and you'll see my wattage numbers go into the red to catch, because again, I wasn't paying attention. And you really do. When a rider comes up around you, beside you, whatever, comes up from the bottom of the screen and they've got momentum, you got to keep an eye on it, because if they keep it going, it's almost like a slingshot effect. You'll get dropped. If there's a couple of those dudes that are, again, whether chasing a break or trying to create the break. But it's a heck of a lot more fun. I don't know what it is, if it is the algorithm for drafting and cornering, and maybe it's just that the numbers, there's not 40 people in a race or something, but it just seems like Zwift is more of a time trial, and you're just going all out, of course, from the gun. And even with RGT, yeah, you better be pedaling. You better. That's some of the highest wattage you'll put out, really, is at the beginning of the race, as well as the end. But you got to be ready from the gun. It just seems with Zwift, yeah, you're holding your max. It's just a constant time trial. And I would actually use Zwift races as a way to build my FTP. So I wouldn't even care where my placement was last year. Like I was in the C level in Zwift when I first started, and I was improving, and I don't know even if I got like on the podium or whatever. I don't know if I got third or not. My wattage was improving enough, so I went into the B category. And so yeah, I wanted to keep pushing myself. And so, man, I would get dropped, and then it was literally like me soloing on a time trial. and it didn't seem like much fun, but I said, you know what? I'm just going to turn this into, of course, like an FTP test. For like 20, here I go a little bit like up the hill, and again I carry my momentum, and then here comes Connor, and again I'm trying to keep an eye on him along with everybody else, but Connor seemed to have a pretty good push, and would potentially be the next guy trying to bridge the gap. So I was keeping an eye on him. And anyway, back to the comparison of Zwift. I turned it into a 20-minute time trial effort, right? And then I would just kind of settle in and then maybe pick up the group behind. So if I got dropped from the main group, which happened quite frequently, I would just hang in there and keep pushing my wattage, because on Zwift Power, it really came down to how much power you're putting out, really not necessarily your placement as you cross the finish line. So it seems like RGT, I don't know, seems a little bit more realistic and a lot more fun, because yeah, there's teams involved and tactics. So the USA Crit had a series, what was it, like during the summer or something, and they did a couple races on RGT to help promote it, and there goes Connor, right? So it's like, so look at all the red numbers pop up on the left. So I don't think Connor is on SHB, because otherwise they wouldn't be chasing him down, and I would think Connor would be in the rally kit as well, because again, that would just kind of be fair to realize, hey, these guys are all on the same team. And Connor, since he doesn't have that SHB after his name, I'm going to presume that, yeah, he's from Canada, but he's not on that squad. So this is a shout out to my Kelly Benefit teammates and to my Stages teammates, that let's get out there and let's have some fun on RGT. It's free, right? And that's another thing. Just to race and do rides, it's free. You download the app. Oh yeah, and we're within that. You just saw the break, right? So around the turn there, you'll see them. And I think that was the first chance of, or the first glimpse that we saw of the break. And so, yeah, Costang is up front, and then, yep, there goes Connor, right? And it's like he's trying to catch. So he definitely can't be on SHB. And so, Connor, maybe you and I and that guy Gage there, we could all team up. And I'm not sure who, let's see who's in the black kit there. There's a couple black kits too. We should all team up. Well, that's Cage, and then the other guy that went up front there. So, yeah, we should like team up and strategize. All right, so I'm not sure the mic, the laptop kind of went blacked out, so it goes to the sleep mode, and then it kind of like pauses everything. So my apologies there. I was saying that, yeah, there's Cage, and then again the guy in the black kit on the right. That'd be funny as heck. And Connor, we could all team up and yeah, in all fairness, set up, pick a kit to wear, and then have some fun with the SHB dudes, and they're good dudes. Like at the start line, I think it was Max said, "Hey, Sonny, because we are friends on Strava," so that was cool. And again, it's just good competitive fun. And there goes Connor again, and screaming up that bump that hits 4.8, and then we hit this turn, and what's that hit? 5.2. And it again, I don't know the ins and outs of cornering, but it just seems like, yeah, you want to kind of push it into the corner, and then maybe ease off the pedals a little bit, and then you're gonna have to, you're not gonna let off a lot, but you're gonna still keep pedaling. At least I do. And if anybody has any comments on a better technique, that'd be awesome. So I weigh 90 kilograms, and so yeah, the downhill I like. So I keep that in mind too. So, and we haven't caught them yet. I don't think we catch them till like, I don't know, 4 miles to go or something. So it looks like they're right there, but I think they stay out for, I thought it was like mile 4. Maybe I'm wrong. But yeah, see how they're still staying out front. And so I don't know this gentleman's name there. I think it's pronounced Baloo. I'm not sure. But yeah, so that'd be kind of cool if we hooked up. I really like Butcher Box Cycling. I don't know if you guys follow them or not, but if you haven't watched American Crit, and they have a second one, man, that's intense. So maybe we could wear the Butcher Box kit. It doesn't matter to me. I'm on Team Stages and try to help them promote their products. I have a Stages power meter, and it's been great. I've had it for, wow, this is probably my, I don't know, 4th year with it. And they have a bunch of new products too. So yeah, check them out, because they do. And I think it's fair to say that I can offer my friends a discount for products as well. Just let me know, and maybe we could put in an order if you're interested. Take a look at their website and see what kind of power meters they have. They have cranks, non-pedal side. So yeah, you have a good setup. They also have, I think, a new like GPS system as well. I saw, and I haven't investigated it yet, but I think that has all the maps and everything. So I don't know if it's a competitor for Wahoo or Garmin, but it might be. All right, so yep, the Levaska Ska is up front and Max are still out front. And we're putting in, this would be the sting in the tail part of the race. And thank God I was feeling pretty good. I don't know, it's at 7 o'clock at night is the race. And maybe it took my body a little while to get used to. I think the first race I got like, I don't know if I was 4th or 5th. But the first race felt pretty good. And then I wasn't performing that well. And like I said, I got dropped a couple times. But I finally felt good this Tuesday. And maybe it was just because, again, the body goes through ups and downs, ebbs and flows, whatever you want to call it. But things were definitely clicking Tuesday night. Because I think with these, with this pressure, trying to catch the 2 breakaway guys, probably the week before, I wouldn't have been able to handle it. These little, thank God, these hills are not long, and maybe that's just it too. You know, these are just like little punchy things compared to it was a little bit more a hilly effort on one of the last couple races. I can't remember which one. But RGT has the Paterberg, I think that's how you pronounce it, with the that's the classic climb. I mean, it gets up to 22% or something, 20%. That's insane. And we had to go around that thing 5 times. This was just a different race. This was probably, it was actually probably one of my first races on RGT a couple months ago. So yeah, it's pretty realistic. So here it would be cool, and I guess there is some maybe algorithm where the echelon kind of plays into it on cornering especially. But yeah, if they had the crosswinds, that'd be pretty cool, like to see how that would impact your lineup. Because you when you let off, or if let's say here, if I let off my pedaling, like the guy to my left in the yellow, like I can't, it doesn't seem like, I can't just like in Zwift where everybody is really just glides through each other. Like I can't, there are occasions where you can move through the avatar of somebody else. It seems like, and maybe it'll show it here if I slide through somebody, like your avatars just blend through. So watch. Well, I have to slip right through between the bodies there. And it's kind of funny too. Let's see if there's a head nudge. Like that's classic, right? It's kind of funny when you get into a little bit of a bunch, and then you'll notice your head bob, and it nudges the dude, tries to get him out of the way. It's pretty funny. And so, but yeah, compared to Zwift, where you're just this massive blob and everybody is melded together, RGT, I think it takes into account that there's a form next to you or in front of you and beside you. Just like there, I had to go around Dufour, and I have to go around those dudes instead of going straight through them. And notice Baloo had to go to my left, right? Or correct. So Dufour goes right through Baloo there, though, right? So I don't know if it's the amount of speed that you have that you can carry through an avatar. It would be kind of funny. I want to see the head bob, though. So keep an eye out for that, because, yeah, it's kind of funny. I've never done that in a race, in real-life racing. My bike handling is pretty good, but no, I don't. I'm not that comfortable yet. If I make contact, which I have with people, like rubbing elbows or in a corner, you nudge somebody, but I've never like purposefully tried to nudge them out of the way. And maybe that's why I've never had a podium finish. My goal is like, yeah, top 10 to try and maybe get some money. It's happened a few times, and my background was I played college football at James Madison, so I have some leg strength from back then. And if I told you that was back in 1985 to 1990, that'll tell you how old I am. And so I still have some like decent leg strength, but just like in this race, you'll see I don't have enough leg strength. And I'm constantly working on it, and that's the fun part is, and that's why I do this channel really, is I want to push my limits, right? I don't know how long I can keep pushing and keep riding and keep getting like top 10s or top 20s or whatever. Oh yeah, I don't get top 10s every time. That's no. But that's the goal, is to finish, especially like on hilly courses and everything. I want to try to hang with the main group, but I know I'm going to be pretty gassed at the end. Like Elk Ridge and stuff, like races like that, or Jeff Cup. All right, so here's the catch, right? Mile 3 to go. And yeah, we are going to bring this whole thing back. And I will mention, let's see. So there's that, the sharp corner and then the descent. But let me mention that the mental game. It is a huge part of all this, right? With 11 to go, I think I was telling myself, like, I wonder how long I'm going to make it. Okay, let me make it to, let me see if I can make it to mile 8. Let me see if I can make it to mile 5 or whatever. And I guess maybe that helps take away that oh crap feeling. And again, here I am. I don't know. The effort there wasn't a lot. It just, that seemed to be like more momentum than anything, right? So before that turn, I just was willing to get up into the air flow and keep going. So when you can carry the momentum, carry the momentum. That's the huge part, right? In a real race, especially, you don't want to be touching brakes every single second. You don't want to accelerate and then slow down and accelerate and slow down. So you really don't want to be on the brakes. And if you can carry momentum through the group or around the group, that's what you want to do. And you just got to play it smart, especially when you're trying to race with some dudes that have much higher wattage than I do. I would love to get to 4 watts per kilogram, hopefully by, I don't know, even if it's a 2-year venture. I'm down with that. I'm 52 right now, race age 53. So maybe by the time I'm 55 race age, I could maybe hold, have a 4.0. I did have a 4. No, I didn't have a 4.0. Even in grad school, I had like 3.75. So maybe I could beat my GPA from grad school or from Salisbury University when I went to get my education degree. And I think I had like the same, probably like 3.75. Yeah, I wasn't like summa cum laude, but I think it was magna cum laude or something. But yeah, maybe I could be magna cum laude in my physical fitness too. And all right, so we got 2 miles, right? And again, I'm not sure of the actual lap distance. I guess we could track it and see. So we're coming across here at the start finish. We got 21, we call it 21.2 almost, 21.19. And then let's see what happens when we come back around. And yeah, so in other races with a mile to go, I mean, especially, what was it? I think it was probably like even 3 weeks ago. They, because I was still with the group, I think, because the last two weeks I got dropped. But yeah, with a mile to go, man, it was like the fire alarm went off. It was a jailbreak. Everybody's just dropping the hammer, right? So you got to pay attention. We got 1.5 miles to go. And keep your head up, watch the avatars to see who's coming out of the saddle. And there goes, who is that? Monet, right? So I'm like, all right, I'm going to try to stay on his tail, and I ease up here. I want him to be in the wind, so I'm saving, like, even if it's 50 watts right now, that's beautiful. Like, it's better than all out. And I'm wondering, all right, so where's the rest of the group? And should I keep pushing up this hill? And I'm like, well, I better keep pushing up the hill. And sure enough, here comes Connor, right? So I'm like, okay, let's keep going, right? And then here's the rest of SHB. So I'm sucking wind. I got a mile to go, and I'm like, all right, let's see what happens. I don't know how much gas I got left. And you could see the elevation, right? It's been up and down. That's pretty good, you know, for quote unquote a crit. All right, so here we come across the line, right? So, yeah, it's almost a mile, right? Because we said it was 21.2 or something, right? So it's about a mile. Yep, because we got 0.9 to go. Last lap. Thank God. And again, so the strategy is hang in there as long as I can and stay behind somebody until the finale. And Connor's behind me. There goes Dufois. And so, yeah, you see these dudes starting to jump. It's like, you better start pedaling. And then you'll start seeing the red numbers pop up over there. Dufois, 7.0, right? I think Max had mentioned that he's a little bit lighter, because I mentioned I am 90 kilograms at the beginning of the race. And he's like, yeah, I'm a little lighter. He didn't tell me how much. But he's probably like, what if he's like 50, 55 kilograms or something? So, yeah. Hey, it still boils down to power to weight ratio, right? It doesn't matter. So we got half a mile. What's my heart rate? Look, yeah, 171. I think my max is like, I think I've topped off, I think at 182, and it used to be 175, and so it's good, I guess, that my heart rate can get up to that point and be okay. So we got 0.2, and then like here comes that final turn, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna motor with these dudes and see what happens. So I noticed that there's a little bit of a gap behind me. Like I'm looking at the shadows, and I'm looking at the bottom of the screen, and you can see the little dots on the very, very bottom, right? Tracking behind me. Like there's 3 dudes right on my tail, but I should have noticed that. And I didn't, and not during the race. And then there goes everybody, right? And I should have freaking, of course, tried to put up more power. Not that I probably could have, but look at that lap time, 124. So that's just awesome. Yeah, I got 6th place. I think this is the 5th race. I think I've got 6th like 4 times. So hats off to the Canadian dudes. A lot of fun. Check out RGT, man. And please subscribe to the channel. It's, of course, Seagull Cyclist on YouTube. All right. Talk to you.